So, good afternoon. Good afternoon. We are back again. Europa League is upon us, people. Fresh off of the back of watching some Champions League football for the last two nights, where not a single away team scored a goal. Kind of mad, really. We are going into the Europa League, which my banter club is not in anymore after losing to Sporting Lisbon. Yay. Anyway, before we get into the predictions for the games tonight, make sure you are smashing the like button. That would be absolutely fantastic. Make sure you are subscribed as well. En route to 10K, not a million miles away, about 600 away from 10K. So make sure you are smashing the subscribe button, smashing the like button, share the content around as well. I will have another upload out later this evening, or maybe later this afternoon, actually, about Vincent Company. He is the number one choice for Tottenham Hotspur's next manager. So make sure you check that out. Notifications on and all that jazz. But let's get straight into it. Obviously, there is quite a lot of fixtures tonight. It is the quarterfinal stage, so all the games will be played tonight. All four of the games. They don't split this like the Champions League. Obviously, this is the second tier European competition. We could maybe do the Conference League as well while we're here. In fact, let's do the Conference League as well. We could do a bit of both, couldn't we? Because there's games in that tonight as well. West Ham are obviously playing as well, but we'll come to that in a bit. Europa League, Feyenoord against Roma. Jose Mourinho. They are absolutely flying, Roma. I think they're currently third in the table. They're doing absolute bits. Jose's got them rocking as well. He won them their first trophy in 14 years? And that obviously qualified them for this competition. And yeah, they're doing well. They're doing very well. They're flying high in the league. They're in the quarterfinals of this. They're away to Feyenoord tonight. Me personally, I think Jose gets the win. He played against, I think it was Real Sociedad in the last round, didn't concede a goal home or away. And yeah, I don't see any reason why they will not win this game. At the weekend, they won 5-1, convincing 5-1 against a team I can't pronounce. Before that, they lost to Feyenoord in the Cup semi-final. Sorry, I'm lying. They lost to Ajax in the Cup semi-final. But they're doing well. They're doing pretty decent. They're obviously a fairly decent team, hence why they're top of the table. But this is Jose Mourinho, and Jose Mourinho is the master tactician. He is the master of European competition, and I don't see this going any other way other than a Jose Mourinho comfortable 1 or 2-0 victory. I'm going to go 2-0. I'm going to go 2-0. Final for me just won't be able to break them down. You know what you're getting with Jose. He's just going to be super tight defensively, and then with Tammy Abraham up front, you've always got a chance as well. So yeah, for me, standard little 2-0 victory for Jose Mourinho. Let's go on to Juventus. Juventus is an interesting one because they got docked a load of points. They've risen back up again. I think they're 8 points off fourth now. They did, however, lose at the weekend. And before that, they drew with Inter Milan in the cup, the first leg of that cup, 1-1. A couple of players sent off in that as well, I think. But they're playing Sporting Lisbon. And listen, I know better than anyone because my team lost to Sporting Lisbon. The Sporting Lisbon are actually a decent side. And if they could bury their chances against us, they would have comfortably beaten us. Yeah, it wouldn't have gone all the way to the death. They would have comfortably beaten us. Yeah, so I'm going for a Sporting Lisbon away win. I'm going to go 2-1 Sporting Lisbon. And listen, with these Portuguese teams, you always know you're getting technical ability level 100. They're going to try and tiki-taka past the ball. And they carved Arsenal open quite a lot in the last round. So I don't see them not doing the same. It's just whether they bury their chances. But I'm going to go with them winning. I'm going to go with them winning. I think that they'll win, 2-1. I'm going to go with a 2-1. Manchester United at home to Sevilla. The championes of this competition. They've won it how many times? 4 times, 5 times, 5 times. I think they've won it. Maybe 6. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's either 5 or 6. But anyway, leave that in the comment section down below. But they're playing Manchester United, who will be without Rashford, apparently. Apparently he's injured. Sevilla struggling big time this season. They're not very good this season. And this is going to be a formality. I think Man United slapped this lot. Let's go all the way back to pre-season when Arsenal played them in a pre-season friendly. We beat them 6-0. Yeah, they haven't got their decent centre halves anymore. They got rid of both of them in the summer window, and that is why they're not doing very well this season. They're right down near the bottom of the table. If I have a look now, they are currently, where are they? They are currently 13th in the table. But when I say 13th in the table, their league is very similar to the Premier League, right? So they're 13th, but they are literally 5 points off of 18th. Not great. They have, however, only lost 2 of their last 5 games. But for me, I think this is just Man United's for the taking. I think they slap them quite comfortably. I think the firepower Man United have got in their team, I just don't see it going any other way other than a comfortable victory. Sevilla drew 2-2 at the weekend. They did, however, get a man sent off in that game, but they drew 2-2 with Celta Vigo, which, I mean, come on, let's get real with it here. Yeah, and like I said, the centre backs that they used to have in Kawande and the other guy's name who's gone out of my head right now. Don't play there anymore. They've left. They've gone. They do obviously have Nesri up front, but again, he's getting on a bit. He ain't really that great. I don't really see where they got the firepower to break Man United down and score multiple goals. So I just see that as a formality, a routine 3-0 victory for Man United. The last game in the Europa League, Leverkusen against Union Saint Gilles. Goujon. I don't know how you pronounce that. I have no idea. But Leverkusen, again, another weird team. I've always been baffled by this team because they can turn up and score goals. And I mean, I'm looking at their league form right now. They beat Bayern Munich a couple of weeks ago. Off of the back of that, they then beat Schalke 3-0 away. They then beat Eintracht Frankfurt. They're not bad. They're not a bad team. But this Union Saint team, they can score goals, man. They knocked out Union Berlin. Yeah, and that's not easy. Union Berlin are flying high. They're doing well. And for me, Leverkusen, well, they're further down the table for a start. They're 6th in the Bundesliga, and Union Berlin are 3rd. So based on that alone, I'm going with Union Saint to win the game 2-1. I think that game where they played against Union Berlin over the 2 legs, that game was crazy, by the way. Like 3-3 in the first leg. Unbelievable. Like end-to-end goals. It was crazy. It was a great watch. But yeah, I think Union Saint, I think that they're taking this competition seriously, and fair play to them. I just don't see Leverkusen, as good as Leverkusen are doing now in the last few games, they're 6th in the Bundesliga for a reason, because they ain't that good. And they've got a couple of good players, but I mean, come on, really? Are they really going to be able to slap up this team? I'm not so sure, man. Obviously, they do have Moussa Diaby in the team. They have Frimpong as well. Man United are looking at, funny enough. But other than that, I don't really see where they're going to go all out and get the goals. Obviously, Union Saint, yeah, they're exciting, they're vibrant, they're energetic, they'll run and run and run, and I think that overpowers Leverkusen for me. So I'm going to go 3-1 to Union Saint. That obviously concludes the Europa League ties. Let's go on to the Conference League. First up, Ghent versus West Ham. West Ham are absolutely shocking this season. We have them at the weekend. So hopefully they go full strength tonight, because we're looking to get a nice comfortable bounce back from the Anfield upset. Well, I say upset. Anfield's a difficult place to go, but it really did upset me because we were 2-0 up and didn't win the game. Ghent, not for me. Not a great team. They've done well to get to this stage. They did win 6-0 recently in their league. They then knocked out Istanbul Başakşehir 4-1. Then they beat another team in their league 3-0. They won 5-0 on the 1st of April. They're not bad. They're not bad. They actually drew 1-1 with Union Saint at the weekend. They're not a bad team. They're not a bad team. But West Ham have got to take this competition seriously. And I actually think West Ham have got a chance to win it. Wouldn't it be mad if they won it and got relegated and were in the Europa League? Like, that would be absolutely insane. But I'm actually going to go for a stinky, dirty, Moisey. Give it Moisey. Horrible 1-0 West Ham victory tonight. Let's move on. Let's go to the next game. Basel versus Nice. Obviously, Nice, owned by Ratcliffe. And yeah, they're not that good, are they? They're really not that good. They lost to PSG at the weekend. Well, that's no shock, really, is it? But the 2 games before that, they drew 1-1. Game before that in the league, Europa League, they beat Sheriff 3-1. They beat them 1-0 away as well. They drew 2-2 with Nantes. I mean, they're not very good. They don't score a hatful of goals, which is kind of mad, really, considering that they've got some half-decent ex-Premier League players there as well. So, yeah, mad. They've not exactly been ripping up the French league. And I just look at it and I think, like, this could go either way, this game. Basel, again, not a great team. I mean, that could probably be the game of the night, if we're being honest. 2 poor teams that are probably going to have a go for it. That'll probably end up a 3-4 or a 3-2 or a 2-3 or something. I am going to go with Nice, though. And I'm only going with Nice based on the fact that they have got a lot of ex-Premier League players in that team. They've obviously got the goalkeeper, Schmeichel, Nicola Pepe. Obviously, he's on loan from Arsenal. Aaron Ramsey as well. I'm going to go with them. I just think that they've got a little bit too much quality, but they're not great teams. Yeah, I'm gonna go 3-2 to Nice. 3-2 to Nice. Let's go on to the next game. The next game in that competition is Lech Poznan versus Fiorentina. I know absolutely nothing about Lech Poznan. Fiorentina, I know, had one of the greatest strikers I've ever seen in my life, Batistuta. What a player he was. So I'm just going to go straight Fiorentina 3-0. Anderlecht versus AZ. That should be an interesting game. Again, that could be the game of the night, couldn't it? You never know, do you? Like, they're 2 poor teams again for me. I'm going to go 3-1 to Anderlecht. Let me know your thoughts and feelings and all of that. Leave it in the comment section. Obviously, we see last night the hipster's choice, Napoli. they lost 1-0. Probably should have given away a penalty in that game as well. Had a red card as well. A little bit harsh, the red card. But yeah, that's my predictions. Leave yours down below. Let me know your thoughts and feelings and all of that. Let me know if you think there's going to be any upsets. Do you think Sevilla will beat Man United? Do you think West Ham will lose to Ghent? I don't know. Leave it all down below. What about Jose? Is Jose the favourite to win this competition? For me, it's them and Man United. But we shall see. Anyway, listen, all have a blessed day. I'm going to record a video about Vincent Kompany being the hot favourite to be the next Tottenham manager. Daniel Levy wants him to come and bring the style of play to Tottenham. Okay, mate. Good one. You had that with Poch and then sacked him. But anyway, make sure you come and check that video out. What time is it now? It's midday UK time. I'll have that video out by 4:30, 5 o'clock UK time. So make sure you come and check that out as well. And yeah, all have a blessed day. We're out of here, people. Laters.